minasan. Welcome back to another episode of Pray for Japan. I am Brother Brett Potts, and today's episode is on the Kyoto Prefecture. This is one of my favorite prefectures in the nation of Japan. The Kyoto Prefecture is the traditional capital of the nation of Japan and is one of the most famous cities in the nation of Japan. So the city of Kyoto itself rides within the prefecture, and besides Tokyo, it is probably one of the most famous cities in the nation of Japan. So Kyoto has a population of 2,590,000. There are 7 towns that have no churches whatsoever, and our missionary ratio for Kyoto is 1 to every 52,857 souls. So right away, this population ratio is not very good. 1 missionary to every 52,000. So Kyoto is famous for its kind of a basin area. The Kyoto Basin is what it's known for. And it's the old capital. The old capital, Edo, is actually in the Kyoto Prefecture. And this prefecture used to be the capital prefecture of the nation of Japan until it was moved during the Meiji era to present-day Tokyo. Kyoto is a huge, and I mean huge, tourist attraction every single year. Of course, this year with the COVID-19, that is not the case as much as it has been. However, Kyoto still is a big part of the Japanese economy of tourism, and Kyoto is a big part of their heritage. Kyoto has thousands upon thousands of shrines and temples throughout the whole prefecture. However, with such a saturation of shrines and temples and these ancestral sites, you would think that the Buddhist population and the Shinto population would be quite high. But it's actually only half as much as other prefectures, such as Toyama or Ishikawa. So moving on to what we're going to pray about today, the first thing that I would like you guys to pray about, and I'm sure we're all praying about, it's all on our mind, is the coronavirus situation, the COVID-19 pandemic that has enveloped the entire globe. Last time we talked about, Japan had a rise in its cases in some of the bigger cities, and now there has been some cases even found on the military bases in the nation of Japan. So we need to pray against this virus, and we need to pray that God would still this virus and that He would make a way for us to work amidst this virus and be able to open up the hearts and minds of the Japanese, maybe even through this, in order to accept the Lord and accept the gospel more readily. So we want to pray against this virus, and we want to pray that the Spirit of God would move and heal those that are infected, and would touch those that aren't, and would heal them and keep them and make them immune to this virus. And we want the Lord to just move and give us this divine touch in this last day, that we could continue to do His work amongst these people and continue to move in the nation of Japan. We also want to remember the reopening of the nation of Japan. Japan still has no plans of going back under lockdown or back under quarantine at this moment. At the time of the filming of this video, I haven't heard of anything like that. So we want to pray for the reopening of the nation of Japan, that everything would go smoothly and according to plan and be safe and sanitized, and we want to pray that God would just keep the church during this hour and would put His hand of protection and plead the blood over His church. We want to pray for our hospitals, our jails, nursing homes, orphanages, fire stations. We want to pray for these type of places that offer these services, and we just want to pray that God would use these kind of public facilities in order to facilitate revival in the nation of Japan. Kyoto has a myriad of temples and shrines and religious sites all across the whole prefecture. So we want to pray that God would just open the eyes of the Japanese into His love, into who He is, to show them that He is there and that He wants to be with them and that He loves them. So we want to pray against this spirit of deceivingness, against these kinds of things that are coming into the Japanese mindset and causing them not to serve the Lord. And we just want to pray that God would move in a mighty way on the Japanese and open up some places for church planting, church growth, evangelism in the Kyoto Prefecture. We want to see God move in a mighty way in these last hours on the Japanese, and we need the Holy Ghost to move and touch in the Kyoto Prefecture and just break some people's mindsets and strongholds that are against the things of God. So we need to trust God for these things to come to pass in these last days. Lastly, I want to talk about Deputation 2020, which I am trying to get back to the nation of Japan through funding. I appreciate the prayers and monetary support, so please keep that in your prayers as I endeavor to return to Japan by the end of the year 2021. That is a new goal. We want to return to the nation of Japan by the end of next year in order to help facilitate in the revival and help facilitate in the nation of Japan the spreading of the gospel. And lastly, before we go, I would like to mention that tomorrow morning I am flying out to St. Louis. I'm going to be doing a special teaching English seminar, TESOL certification course, and I would like your guys' prayers for protection, provision, for the hand of the Lord to be upon me, for the Spirit of the Lord to be upon me, and for His protection power during this trip to and from St. Louis and over the sessions, that He would help me to get equipped with what I need to get equipped with in order to better serve Him and better serve the Japanese people. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video and listen to all these requests and the in request, personal requests of myself. Next week, we are going to the Osaka Prefecture. We're going to be talking about the Osaka Prefecture, so make sure to join in and check out that video. And keep your eyes open for our project Praying for Japan, where we're inviting missionaries and other aimers and even local pastors in to talk about the need in the nation of Japan. Thank you, and God bless.